Live from Cairo, this is Nile TV International. Time for top stories. I'm Mohammed Abdel Menaim. President Elsisi met with visiting U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Middle East and North Africa coordinator at the U.S. National Security Council, Brett McGurk, on Saturday, during which they reviewed bilateral ties in addition to regional developments and Egyptian-U.S. efforts to achieve peace and security in the Gaza Strip, Lebanon and Syria. President Elsisi stressed the significance of delivering humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip, especially with the onset of winter, stressing on a two-state solution as the basic guarantee for achieving peace and stability in the Middle East. The meeting also tackled the situation in Lebanon as well as Syria, where the president called on the utmost importance of preserving the unity and territorial integrity in Syria and the security of its people. Top diplomats from 8 Arab countries called in Jordan on Saturday for a peaceful transition in Syria with UN and Arab League support following Bashar al-Assad's ouster. In a final statement after their talks in the Red Sea port of Aqaba, Prime Ministers said they had agreed to support a peaceful transition process in Syria, in which all political and social forces are represented. In their statement, the ministers stressed that the political process in Syria should be supported by the United Nations and the Arab League in accordance with principles of Security Council Resolution 2254 of 2015, which set out a roadmap for a negotiated settlement. They stressed their support for a transitional rule agreed upon by Syrians, which would enable a political system that meets aspirations of all parts of Syrians through free and fair elections overseen by the United Nations. At least 18 Palestinians were killed in Israeli airstrikes in Gaza on Saturday, while the Israeli occupation military claimed it targeted fighters. Up to 10 people were killed in an airstrike near the municipality building in Deir el-Balah in the central Gaza Strip, where people gathered to receive aid. The strike killed the head of the Hamas-run administrative committee in the central Gaza. At least 7 Palestinians were killed and 12 wounded after an Israeli strike on a former school that was sheltering displaced people in Gaza City, while a separate strike killed a local journalist. The UN envoy on Saturday urged foreign powers to work to avoid a collapse of vital Syrian institutions following the downfall of leader Bashar al-Assad. Geir Pedersen, the UN's special envoy for Syria, also backed a credible and inclusive political process to form the next government as he met U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. On a regional trip, Blinken called for an inclusive process that reflects all the diverse ethnic and religious communities in Syria and hailed the United Nations over its critical role in humanitarian assistance and protecting minorities in Syria. South Korean lawmakers on Saturday impeached President Yoon over his failed martial law bid, with the opposition declaring a victory of the people. Out of 300 lawmakers, 204 voted to impeach the president on allegations of an insurrection, while 85 voted against. In a televised address following the parliamentary vote, the impeached Yoon said he would step aside, but did not apologize for his bid to impose martial law. The vote capped more than a week of intense political drama in the democratic South following Yoon's failed attempt to impose martial law on December 3rd. That's all the news for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Mohammed Abdel Menaim.